All right, this video is an addendum to an original video I made on how to import a CSV file to create calendar events. This would be the preparation piece or the creation of the Excel file, which you then extract a CSV file from to make the changes. So for the purposes of a school administrator, I like to add all of the 6-day cycle items, and I also like to add administrative meetings and things that are specific to my school, such as when are progress conversations and that sort of thing. And you can make changes to those things in an Excel file if you know what you're doing. So there are a couple of things that I should point out about this particular Excel file. I've added the headings at the top: subject, start date, end date, and all-day event. These are particular specific headings that need to be added, and they're mapped to the intake on Excel, or on Outlook. So Outlook actually looks for these headings and it maps them automatically. You can also go in and manage the mapping. So if you spelled something incorrectly or didn't have exactly the right format of the word, you can change that inside Outlook once you upload it. So one of the questions that you'll have is, how do I make a change to this file? Well, it's the same as any other Excel spreadsheet. You can click on each one of these items and add something to it. So if I wanted to, I can go in here and add my birthday, and then everyone in the division would know when my birthday is. You can also add things like holidays, and any event would work. So the next thing that you need to know is that this is the format that you need to use for the year, the month, and the day. If you don't use this format, it won't work. The Outlook is very particular about its sorting of dates. If you don't put the dates in the right order, it'll throw them all over the calendar. So if you did month, day, year, for instance, you'll get things all over the place in your calendar, not in order, not on the days you want them. So that's important. Next, once you've got all the dates in that you want, what you do is you highlight the whole field, and this is the bit that's a bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing, and then you click on formulas and you go to define name. So basically what you're doing is by doing this is you're defining an area where the data will be taken from in Outlook. So I just usually call this workbook. Doesn't matter, this title doesn't come up anywhere else anyway outside this file. I click on OK, and then I go to File, and I go to Save As, and I'm going to save it on my desktop. And instead of just a regular Excel file, I want to save it in a format that Outlook can read and that it likes. So I'm going to change the name on this one because I've used that before. I'll just put Outlook Test on here. See here. And I'm going to select comma separated values. So there's a CSV file. So CSV comma delimited value. So then I click on save, and now it's inside my, it's landed on my desktop, and you can see that CSV file is right. Where did it go? Master. Yeah, one of these ones. Here it is, test. Okay, so now what I do is I go into Outlook and go into my calendar. So I'm going to bring this over here. You'll see that I've already entered a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm going to add this. I'm going to go to New Calendar. I'm going to call it Test. Click on OK. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly because there's another video that I made with just this in it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go File, Open and Export, Import and Export, and then I'm going to select Import from another program or file, and then I'm going to do comma separated values because that's the kind of folder that I have. Then I have to select the one that I'm going to use. This one is Test, the one that we just made. I'll click on OK, and I'm going to click Next. Then I'll make sure that I'm putting it under test. The reason I do it under test is that it allows me to verify that the data is going where I want it to. If you don't do this and you put it in, you're taking a chance that you might end up with data strewn all over your calendar. Then you'll have to individually go through and delete all the pieces. There's no back button on Outlook that handles this, so it's really important that you do the test first. Click on next. Oh, sorry. This is another cautionary tale. You have to turn off or close your Excel file before you do this. If you don't do it, you'll get that warning code. So I'll click on Next. Make sure it's on Test. And then I can go into Mapping, as I talked about before, make sure that my subject, time, date, all those things are lined up. Okay, click Finish. And now it's going to pop it all in. And there they are. So I'm going to delete this because I don't need 2 copies of my calendar inserted in here, but that's how you can edit and save and then input your CSV file into Outlook. Thanks a lot.